Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday and welcome into ZeldaSpeedRuns. Today we have the final qualifier for the Wind Waker Randomizer Season 8 tournament. Tracking today are Laz and Kinian, and on commentary are Cube David and Lyric. I'm going to hand it over to the two of them. Hope you enjoy the race, everyone.
Thank you very
Final
much.
Qualifier time. How you doing, Lyric?
I'm doing quite alright. I'm excited for this race to happen. We got four great runners here. Sledge, Loger, Bacon for Prezi, and Poke. All of these runners have come in relatively recently. I think Poke's probably the longest standing one, but all these runners have improved drastically since Mini Blins and last season. I'm excited to see how they race today.
Yeah, all of those races are also quite on the verge of making it into top 16. Like, Sledge and Loger are currently... Oh wait, Bacon, Sledge and Loger are currently barely in top 16. Bacon a little bit more solidly. And Poke is currently sitting outside, so depending on the race result, we might see
but it should be mentioned. Yeah, Poke is very, very slightly outside. Is rank 18 currently.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a very important race for a lot of these racers to secure their spot in top 16. So we'll see how it goes.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm excited to see this race. I have not seen any of the hints yet, so I don't know what dungeons we have, but I'm excited for it.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just already hyping myself up to potentially figure out some wonky paths. that
Oh
we
yeah.
may not get.
I mean, me and Tuba had a time last night thinking about what Master Sword on Angular could mean. But
yeah, I was sitting in the same boat as the racer, though.
yeah.
Until I eventually figured out that, okay, it's not the sword that is path.
Yeah, it's definitely not. But here we go. Our runners are off. Starting on Rockspire, it looks like.
Okay, yep.
Delivery bag start 2. So we have Tower of the Gods, Earth Temple, Forsaken Fortress, and Forbidden Woods.
Okay.
So no Dragon Roost and no Wind Temple.
Yep, and I think I already saw, yeah.
Earth Temple Foolish.
Earth Temple.
Yeah.
You'll
Power
probably
bracelets
see
on
that.
15 blue chews.
We do need to get those because there's no way we can finish the seat without them.
Yes, we do need to pick up Jawhala to defeat him, so we will need those power bracelets. And Sledge, very fast hint readings, just gonna leave.
Yeah, I think as far as I know, Sledge is basically just skipping through the hints and taking screenshots of them. And then
I see.
reviewing them back.
Yeah, so importantly, we have the Earth Temple dungeon or entrance is non-logic, and also Tower of the Gods entrance is non-logic. So we don't need Ferora's Pearl, and we don't need power resist to enter. We still will need them for Earth Temple, though.
Exactly. It looks like all of our runners are making basically the same starting decision in terms of routing by all going to Cliff Plateau. Get those 3 very easy checks.
Yeah, makes the most sense here. Looking at our hints, we have another... Yeah, I think you're right. Looking at the path hints here, we have an angular hint again towards Hemlock King, which I think is that the exact same hint that we got last time?
Yep, that is the exact same hint.
That's funny. We got an outset to Cali, Windfall to Godon, and Great Sea to Jawhala.
Yeah, we know that Beetle's not not the path for Jawhala, since we already saw it was a skull necklace.
Yep.
Okay, now question: how many of our runners remember to kill the blue chew on top of Cliff Flat?
I always forget this one.
That's a very easy one to forget.
Yeah, I always forget this one.
So do I.
We'll see. Bacon for Prezi First one up gets the
Oh,
skull
hammer.
hammer.
Okay, that would possibly allow like a leaf to be on top of angular, maybe,
Yeah, that's very true.
or like a magic. Whatever we need to get up here.
Yeah, so
It could
every
also
runner's
just
going to
be
get these.
set up bombs.
True,
Who
it
knows?
could be. Yeah, it looks like every runner's going to get their skull hammer. Logar always freaks me out by doing a jump slash there, but it works, so
Okay, Logan actually did remember the blue chew.
yeah, I do think Logar was the only one though, so
Yeah,
does
exactly.
have that advantage.
I think to route and run less blue chew.
Yeah, so a little bit of divergence here. One person, Bacon, is at outset, gonna chase that path in, and there's a ho-ho here if he decides to go up and get it. Meanwhile,
Yep.
Sledgen is at Windfall, because we also have a path in here.
Okay, that's Triforce Shard 4 as far as I know.
Yes, that is Triforce Shard 4.
Yeah.
And for all we
Usually I
know,
just
that could
have...
also be path.
Yeah, I usually just have a picture with all the different shards and how they're numbered on my screen. But
Yeah.
for commentary, I decided, nah, don't need it.
Ah,
Also,
we
just
got
to
it.
check how much I know them already. And yeah, 3 of our runners currently on Windfall. Logar doing a more classic night start with Mila. Whereas Poke and Sledge are just doing the first part of the hide and seek quest by talking to Miss Marie, and then going and rescue Tingle.
Yep. I definitely
So,
am a fan of skipping nighttime Windfall. Oh, is that bombs?
yep, those were bombs on Tingle.
So that probably means that Angular does have Leaf. Because bombs can't be path anymore.
Yeah, that also, like... got words. That's also a path to go then, very likely.
Oh, true. That is our path fulfilled.
Okay,
And it
did we
looks,
get anything else?
yeah, I don't
Set?
think Bacon got anything important on outset.
Okay. I mean, there's still the possibility of Orca Big Pick being our path, but for now, we have to live with possible shard path.
Yep, and and a bottle on Windfall.
Ooh.
Convenient for your first outset dip. So
Exactly. So Bacon will miss out on Grandma Mel for a bit, very likely.
yeah. Oh, there's
Okay,
shard
Shard
8.
on Maggie.
Yep. So we have 4 and 8. We haven't seen any ho-hos yet, so we don't know where 5, 6, and 7 are.
Just nice pocket money on Bomb Mail.
Yeah, we do need some money because Zunari is in logic. Or it is required, excuse me.
Yeah. So we need to trade the Town Flower at some point to get our sword. And you might even want to do that very soon because with our current loadout, we could potentially already full clear FF out of logic.
Oh, that's true. We did start with delivery bag, so it is entirely reasonable to go do that as soon as possible.
Yeah. Probably something that at least one of our runners could think about.
Yeah, I would definitely be rushing Forsaken Fortress here if I could.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far all of our runners on Windfall. Looks like most of them are opting to do Night Windfall. We'll see if Bacon follows suit.
Yeah.
And it looks
Spawns are
like
also very nice to go to pop run afterwards.
yes,
So
that's very
you
true.
also get the salvage core for potential Jahala path.
Very true. Yeah, and Northern Ferry's dead, so there's not really a reason to go to the left. So probably our runners will just head to Popper and Crescent.
Yeah, the only reason you would maybe consider even going to Northern Ferry is 1 for the Blue Chew and 2 for the Ho Hint.
Yeah,
I
but there's
don't
enough
see anyone
ho-hos.
going
Yeah.
there at the start.
Yeah, there's enough ho-hos for now to just skip out on that. If you really need the Blue Chew, then maybe, but you get 3 over there on Popper Crescent, so
Yeah, it's a very dense location in terms of Blue Chews, which is
yeah.
quite nice. And also not too great when especially Crescent is hinted Baron.
That's also true, because then you have to try and find other Blue Chews. And Diamond Step
Or you
is hinted
just
Baron in
bite
this
the
seed,
bullet.
so
Yeah.
yeah. Looks like Bacon is the first one out of Windfall. Not going to do Mila or Nighttime checks in general. Heading straight to Popper. Or no, this is Crescent, excuse me.
Yeah, maybe fishing for a grapple,
Yeah.
possibly. Just to be able to full clear Poprint.
Yep. And even if this is a Baron chest, we do need these Blue Chews. So Bacon is going to get them.
Exactly.
And our first Ho-Oh hint will give us 6 on
6 on
Angular.
Angular?
That is good information.
Okay, that is very interesting.
That could be
Okay,
another
how
pass
about-
hint towards Leaf or something.
I was about to say, how about a leaf on Master Sword Chamber?
That is enticing for sure. Outset to Cali, that could be the shard. And
Yeah, that's...
Angular.
And the leaf also qualifies as a KD path.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's not unlikely, actually, now that we think about it.
Yeah.
I did not see what Lower got on Salvage Core, but I don't think it was anything.
Don't think so as well. Because he hasn't tracked anything on his tracker.
Yeah.
So looks like we need to find a bow or ghost ship chart to make sense of our Jahala path.
Right. Looks like Poke is going to this Ho-Ho up at the top here. This is probably the Ho-Ho with the most discourse on whether it's worth it to go here, but 7 on Popprint.
Yeah.
That is good
Okay.
information.
That's
So
likely available.
Yeah, so we know that
I mean, it's a
Bacon
4
and
5%,
Loger will probably
but
get it.
is. Yeah. We're also sailing behind the rock to get a look at scale the wall. Makes sense.
It
Okay,
is
it's
spiky. Yeah.
There's shard
There's
7.
shard
as
7.
hinted. Okay, means we're missing 5 and 6 as far as I know.
Well, 6 is on Angular. We're just missing 5.
Oh yeah, right, 6. Yeah.
So we got Note to Mom on Pawprint. We also got a shield and a shard. And we know that Scale the Wall is something.
Yeah.
Well, I say something, it could be Iron Boots or something like that.
It could very well be, yeah. It could just be junk, it could also be a very important item. Like magic.
Very true.
Maybe. Iron Boots catching strays. To be fair, they're catching less strays than in previous seasons, because they actually do serve a purpose, even if Wind Temple is not a dungeon. At least if the entrance is required.
That's true. They are technically required for that entrance. It is skippable, but
It is very well skippable.
Yeah.
Even without
But-
hammer, you could theoretically go into wind temple
Okay,
entrance
well,
hammer.
I don't know about that. Technically,
yes.
yes.
I did already do that.
That doesn't mean it's a smart decision.
It isn't in most cases, unless you're playing like Archipelagos and you're in BK.
Something like that, yeah.
Blind Wind Waker buffering, that is exactly what I did, Yal. It was not fun.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Okay,
Looks
Sledge seems like he opted to go to Salon Ferry and
Yeah.
get a ferry there.
That makes sense. Looks like Poke is our first dip into Horseshoe here. Doesn't have
Okay.
Hookshot and doesn't have Leaf, so we'll do this leafless, and we'll not be able to get the golf chest even if it is something.
Okay, just going for Salvage Core just in case it has like Leaf or Hookshot. Which
Yeah.
already know they don't. Ooh, and that's a banana on Wind Shrine.
Boomerang. That is good for Southern Cherry.
Yep, that would also eliminate another possible path for KD.
Oh, very true. And I could have missed it, but I think Poke was the only one that got the Town Flower from Zunari.
Might be? Not sure.
I don't think I saw Bacon didn't get it, and I didn't see Sledge or Loger get it either. But I could be wrong.
I didn't really pay much attention at that point. To be fair, while ignoring Zonari is admirable in most seeds, it is actually hinted a sword in this seed.
Yes, it is hinted required.
With hammer and bombs already at our disposal, getting an early sword would be very nice, because then we could just full clear FF out of logic.
Agreed. It's probably a replica. Yeah, you know what? Tsunari is a salesman at the end of the day.
How about we just modify Wind Waker Rando in a way that we just shuffle a fake sword into the pool? That would be fun, surely.
Yeah, that would be good. Looks like Cabana Deed was on top of Boulder.
Okay. So you need only grapple until we can access the inside of Cabana.
Yeah. Now, is Loger gonna go all the way, or is this just for Note to Mom? This could be our
That's a
first
good
entrance dip.
Yeah. I could definitely see it. Okay, Grandma giving us a piece of her love, aka a piece of heart.
That's invaluable, really. If you think about it, that's the most important item in the game.
Yeah, agreed.
Looks like Loger is headed into this dungeon. We'll see which one it is.
Yep. I like that. I usually tend to check dungeon entrances earlier rather than later anyway.
Yeah, I definitely agree with this play.
Just to get more information. Looks like Poke is doing the same.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Bacon for Prezi at Bomb Island did get Maggie's letter from that submarine.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
Okay,
see
we
this
found Forbidden
Ho-Ho here.
Woods.
Oh, Forbidden Woods. Okay.
So we can get the first two checks in here.
It looks spiky down at the bottom.
Spiky. Okay.
I did not see what that ho-ho said, by the way.
I did not even pay attention. Ooh,
Yeah.
hook shot.
Hook shot is very nice here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if
And
you
it's
want
a
to
lot.
wait out, yeah, if you want to wait out for mirror shield, maybe, then that means that Angular Island could have this the shard on the cave.
Could be, yeah. That hookshot also means we can now clear Forsaken Fortress in logic.
Very
well.
true.
No, wait, we still can't because we still have no way to get to top of Cliffblatt logically.
Oh, true. Yeah, we're still looking for Leaf and Magic for that to be in logic.
Yeah. Completely forgot about that.
Which at this point we're expecting Leaf to be in Master Sword Chamber. I think.
Yeah, we're almost fully expecting Leaf to be in Master Chamber. It could also just be Magic in Master Sword Chamber, to be honest.
That's also true.
I'd expect either of those two.
Yeah.
At this point.
Bomb Island is dead. The cave itself is. So Bacon is headed out.
Very great day. I do not like Bomb Island, the cave, that is.
I don't think a lot of people do. So.
Yeah.
Alright, that was Shard 8 on Windfall, which we already knew about, so.
Yeah. Okay, looks like Bacon is now committing for Nighttime Windfall.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like Mila spotted Bacon right now. Yeah.
I'll guess it though.
Yeah, good thing he noticed and re-grabbed storage.
Alright, so right now just our runners are checking things that other people have already checked. Loger
Yep,
and
just
Sledge
like
have the... Wait, no, it was Loger and Poke, I believe, that have the hook shot currently.
Yeah, correct. So they will be able to do Leafless Golf and Folklore. Even though it's better for Loger because Poke has already sailed over to Horseshoe and lost that time there.
Right.
Will be interesting to see if Sledge will also go for the dungeon entrance.
Yeah, I mean, I think it makes a lot of sense to do. You get that warp
Especially
opened
with the
up.
warp.
Yeah, exactly.
The warp is the big point. That makes dipping the DRC dungeon entrance a lot less forgiving. If you can have full clear.
Yeah.
I really like this change, honestly, because it's been so obnoxious to check that.
I agree, but it looks like Sledge... Actually, no, he's checking these other checks, so he still could check this.
Yeah. Most boss can search you when you have no bombs. Honestly, I find the decision to be even worse when you actually have bombs and it's touchy, because then you gotta think if you wanna go deeper into Tower of the Gods or just do like floor 1.
True, especially if you have like no leaf and no grapple, right? You can't do all of it. So,
Yeah. Like last seed.
like last seed, very true.
Okay, yes, Edge did grab the town flower.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Since he just checked his delivery back inventory. You found hatred for Dodgy. Why did you add make go down half as likely option?
Put that in
Dang.
the community feedback thing at the end of the end of the season.
Yeah. Bacon's also
Alright.
now grabbed Poundflower.
Yeah, and it's heading into our first cafe bar postman check. See if it's anything. This was on Bomb Island. It's grapple.
Ooh, grapple. Okay, so we're gonna be able to check what's on Scale the Wall then.
Oh, true. Yeah.
At this point, I could just imagine that's gonna be a shard. Maybe our beloved long boy. Who knows?
Yeah, we don't know where Shard 5 is, which is in fact the long boy. So we'll see where that ends up. Loger going for Leafless Golf here.
And getting his last blue chew, as far as I know.
Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, the Sea Hat is going to be annoying. I did not know you could do
Okay.
that same setup for that. I always just
Yep,
jump slash it.
You can just roll and throws the nut over the edge. But yeah, rolling negates the need of having to jump slash,
Yeah,
which can get extremely annoying if there's a sea hat nearby.
very true. So Bacon is going to cash in Zunari. Going to get the sword.
And it seems like Logar ignored the ho-ho. Which makes me think if Logar already has Shard 5.
I don't think we've seen Shard 5 yet.
I don't think so either.
But we'll see.
Already preparing to leave in case there's nothing. And saves the time on it. Minor time save.
No, that's major time save.
Alright, if you say so.
Yeah, definitely just didn't check the ho-ho. We'll see if that gets punished. Maggie's letter for poke.
Mm-hmm. One step closer to his grapple.
Yeah, and we'll see where Bacon is going. Looks like Golden Gumboat, now that he has grapple. Makes sense.
Yep. Ooh, and doing the speedy method of shooting the bombs, I like.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to do that. I always just shoot them normally, but...
Oh, shot 5 is on Otomame, okay. Then it makes sense that Logar skipped that hint.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
true.
makes sense because I just saw that Sledge also has only one shot remaining.
Okay, so then yeah, that means that Shard 6...
Oh, Iron Boots!
Iron Boots. We were talking about it being useless. But
Yeah,
that does mean
although
that
they
Angular...
aren't 100% useless because we need to get into Wind Temple entrance.
True. Very true. But yeah, Poke and Logar just need to go get their shard on Angular to get the full Triforce.
Mm-hmm. Bacon now grabbing a sword, and I can imagine that he's gonna go to FF very soon.
That would make the
Just
most
enough so you can
sense.
pull clear. It's just some guaranteed progression.
Yeah.
Well, seed. Maybe goes to Pawprint first though to get Scale the Wall.
Well, you
Makes sense
spoke it
since
into
you're already
existence.
here.
Yeah.
You're already here on Windfall, might as well. And yeah, at this point, I think, honestly, that the shard on Angular's... Honestly, it might be any in either of the two locations. If
Yeah,
the
but
not the shield
Sledge
decently
is
early.
going to go check, so we'll see what Angular has. Sledge is headed there. We're hoping, for Sledge's sake, it's on. Yeah, we're hoping it's on Angular Peak. But
yeah, maybe there's a shield on Scale Wall.
Maybe we'll see what this check has for Bacon too. Poke is also headed to Islet for the first time. Does have that hook shot, so can do the platform as well.
Yep.
Looks spiky on Sledge's side.
Okay. That might just be the shard, I think.
It's probably the most likely option.
Okay,
and
sword on Scale Wall.
Yeah, sword. We do need that, so makes sense.
Yeah. Sure do.
Alright, and yep, Bacon is doing our first Forsaken dip here on Restream.
At about 30 minutes into the seed.
Yep. I think this makes the most sense for Bacon. There's not much else you could do in the overworld at this point. So
100%. And that's the shard.
Yeah, that is full Triforce for Sledge.
Yep, Master Sword Chamber is in Logic. At least I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, it is. Although doing it with massive or just regular sword is a little annoying.
Yeah.
But you do have Suit, so...
Yeah, that's the thing I didn't have yesterday, and surprise, surprise, I actually died in Master Sword Chamber.
Yep, it does happen.
Due to unfortunate parries. But yeah, I'm sure our runners right here will do better.
Looks like Poke is trying to use the bombs to kill the Wizards. I don't think you can do that. He does have hookshot though, so...
Yeah.
Oh, he got it! Oh, I did not...
Awesome. Okay,
I did not know you could do that.
That is honestly good information.
That's really good to know. I did not know that. Wow, shout out Poke for that. That's fun. That's awesome.
I know he knows very obscure strats.
Yeah, if you missed it, he used bombs to kill the Wizrobes on Islet Lookout platform instead of using hookshot.
Yeah.
Which is very impressive. I never found out a way to do it, but it is possible, so man, good on Poke.
I was like, that is incredible. Just standing, not with the cannon. Like actually on the platform, pulling out a bomb and then throwing it at the Wizrobe.
he cooked the bomb and then just threw it at the right time.
Yeah. On the treasure orb hindering Sledge from entering Islet interior.
And so far, Forsaken Fortress not having much for Bacon here. I don't think there was anything in the first couple checks here.
Yeah, looks like it. Yep, opting for the Mom push.
Yeah, this is something we don't see too much of nowadays. Ever since we found that storage spot up at the top.
Yeah, or a couple other runners like you, I think, that are just that get storage and then defeat Puppet Phantom.
Yes, that is very true. I do that. It's a fun strat, and I will always do it, even if it's a little slower.
Oh, that's actually slower.
I'm not sure exactly the timing, but it's definitely because if he gets stores the first time, it's probably the same amount of time.
Okay.
Oh, barely missing that.
As long as you don't fall into a loading zone.
Ooh, okay, yeah, the water's fine. You can still get up here.
Yeah. As long as you don't drop into a loading zone near one of the doors, it's mostly fine.
Yeah. I did not know you could get up back on the sledge, though. I always just go to the other
Neither
side.
did I. I always just got up on the rock next to it.
Yeah. Alright, so Loger and Poke getting their Zunari swords.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Sledge not far behind. It makes sense that Sledge is waiting to do Master Sword Chamber until they have Master Sword.
Yeah.
Alright, and our second Forsaken dip.
Tower.
Yeah. Bacon just about finishing Forsaken. Loger is starting it.
Sledge also getting his first sword and his grappling hook shortly after.
Yeah. Was Poke going for door cancel? Looks like it.
Ooh. Yep.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I wonder what led him to that decision. Honestly.
I mean, it is 4 checks that you were just kind of omitting and hoping that it's
It is
nothing.
4 checks. Yeah, that is true. But at this point, you do have some options on what to do next. Like
That
we
is
just said,
true.
Forsaken Fortress is smiling at you with big eyes.
Yeah. I think
And inviting you
Poke
to
is
come
probably
over.
trying. Yeah, I think Poke is trying to find Mirror Shield before dipping Angular. Is if I had to guess, because he knows
Yeah,
that Forsaken's not in logic.
Yeah, that's true. That would be fair.
Yeah, definitely. Ooh, doing the risky window jump. I never bother for that. I always just go up top, but it is technically faster to do it that way.
I still continue to always do it.
I mean, if it's consistent for you, then go ahead. But like, I'd never want to risk it because it saves a second and loses like 30. So
Yeah, falling down is very punishing.
all right,
All right.
first
And
dungeon
that's
done.
defeated.
That
That's
is a
the
bird defeated. Bacon did in fact bird up. And Pixo.
And that's a Pixo.
Oh.
Well, that's kind of unfortunate.
That is a little unfortunate.
Is doing Pictoless door cancel right now.
Yeah, well, we'll see when Bacon goes if Pompion is anything. I don't think it's ever been anything in the qualifiers so far, but it's always a chance.
Yep.
All right, Poke getting set up for the jump up.
Landing on a wall.
And gets it pretty easily.
Yep, nicely done.
Very nice. And double dead. Unfortunate.
Nothing. Welp.
Yeah, that's unlucky.
It really is.
All right, and just like before, Loger near the end of Forsaken Fortress and Sledge just entering.
I see a pattern.
We have a little bit of a leapfrog going on here.
We sure do.
And Ivan just elusive right now, but Poke eventually gets it. We'll see what they have.
Okay, nothing on the kids.
Hey, Miss Marie, you got something good for us? Make it worth it? Moblins.
Consider.
Potentially useful. We'll see it
Currently up
in
in the
about
air, but
we'll see it about 20 seconds here.
if it was actually worth it.
All right, that is
Ooh,
short.
right, Bacon cannot check the Angular Cave because he has still has no hookshot. And neither
Yeah.
does Sledge, so Sledge should not go into Forbidden Woods. So there's an advantage that Loger and Poe currently have.
Right.
Oh, Ghost Ship shot. Still on hold.
Another. Yep, we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. I think probably if I had to guess, Poke's Ghost Ship is at Diamond Step, which is a little annoying.
Yeah. I mean, right now, basically every Ghost Ship location is at least suboptimal because you just have no checks at any of the islands.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably the best thing would be Bomb Island once you get your grappling hook.
That would make the most sense.
Yeah.
Looks like Bacon is going to get their last shard here from Beta's mother. And a bow on Arrow Mail.
Oh! Okay, that's nice.
So 2 of our runners have access to the 2 Great Sea checks that we know has to have path item.
Yeah. True, in that case, the Ghost Ship chart might actually be a decent payoff.
Yeah, definitely.
Although there's not much that could be pathed to Jahala at this point anymore.
It could be the spoils bag for power bracelets. And I think depending on keys, it could also be Fire and Ice.
Might also be our last shield.
Oh, true. True, very true. Alright, Lower gonna get their bow. Second sword for Poke.
Getting our first look at Cabana on Vacant's side.
Yep.
Yeah, thinking about it, there still could be quite a few items.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, don't talk to the kids, Loger. At least not until your screen has gone dark.
Okay, Bacon. Oh, bottle. No. Oh, man, that's so sad.
That's not something you like to see.
Nope. Especially because it's at the bottom of Cabana.
Yeah. Unless it's not. And yeah, Poke also now sailing towards Private Oasis.
Makes sense. We do have Cabana Deed, we do have Grapple, and I think Logar or Poke also has hook shot, right? So can do the fast strat.
Yeah, Poke does have hook shot. Yeah. And Bacon's our first runner to go into Hyrule. So we'll get the
Logar,
information on his last sword.
Logar was scaring me with that the jump there, almost voided out on door cancel. Gets it
Ranger's
though.
Paw Print, Windfall.
I don't think we've gotten the Dragon Roost one yet.
Nope, we have not. That means there is a sword either on Hoskett or in Forbidden Woods.
Yes, and we'll see.
Yeah,
Our suspects.
We got the sword on Scale the Wall and the sword on Zonari.
Master Sword Chamber is spiky. We'll see.
We already assumed.
Yeah, we assume this is Leaf. Could be magic, or it could be something like Spoils or Bait Bag or something like that. We'll see what it is.
It leads to either magic or Leaf. That's
yes,
for sure.
We do know that it leads to magic or Leaf. Doing this without soup.
Oh yeah. I did the same thing. I also saw top of Cabana and did the hookshot strat for Bomb Island Cave. Magically leap the Pokemon move, exactly.
I mean, it never misses, right? So surely this check would never miss either.
Exactly. So,
Sledge also following suit. And on Logar side, sorry, I was just gonna say we're gonna see if this Picto is anything useful.
Yep. Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh,
okay, this one's back.
So I did speak it into existence. My fault.
You did.
But that does mean we can get our power bracelets. So it's not the end of the world. And we can also do we can do Hoskett. So
yeah. That is true. We might get our last sword very soon.
very true.
Okay, Sledge will likely have an easier fight with the Darknuts because because he has soup.
Yeah, that definitely does help. Poke, thinking about where he needs to go. Looks like he's headed towards Angular.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that looks like Angular to me.
Yeah, makes the most sense.
Absolutely. I think that's also the shard he's currently missing on peak.
I believe you are correct.
As far as I know, he is only missing one. Yeah, Logar can now potentially get both of the Great Sea checks with the acquisition of the
true.
shard.
Yeah, we still haven't figured out that path yet. And also, for Bacon at least, Wind Temple entrance is in Logic.
True, he did pick up the Iron Boots earlier.
Yeah, and if it's Taught G or something, that's fully completable with the items that we have. I guess technically not. We do technically need Leaf for the last statue, but
no, we don't. That is actually, I think, obscure logic that we can get it without Leaf.
Oh, is that an obscure trick that we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Tachi is full clearable with just bombs, bow, and grapple, and whatever you need to enter it.
Okay, good to know. Good to know that the logic accounts for that. So then, yeah, it would be fully completable for Bacon.
Was I think Angular Cave for Spiky? It was hard to see on Poke screen.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell.
Okay.
We did get a Spiky on Southern Ferry platform that Bacon cannot get yet.
Okay.
And looks like we're headed to Shark for Cyclos.
Okay. Oh, and it seems like we picked up Quiver at some point.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that was, but...
Yeah, neither am I. Just gonna have a bow, betting on that it could be possible if a small key in Earth Temple is locked by Farnice, or
Yeah.
like Mirror Shield is on a Farnice lock check, like Creep,
Also-
for example.
Yeah. Yeah, you are correct that the Southern Ferry platforms do disappear. But at this point, you know which one is spiky, so you can save time by only doing the one. And I think it's good information to get. So
Yeah, exactly. You have the information. It is spiky. Okay, that means that ghost ship is the Jahala path. Since Cyclops has
okay,
nothing.
yeah. So Poke doing hide and seek earlies could be paying off depending on how early they go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. Since we've been to Hyrule already, Coral only gives us the sword hints now.
Yeah, another quirk with the having 2 hints on the same person is that the text boxes
Yep.
change. So good on Bacon
Exactly.
for remembering
Now,
that.
yeah, now they are way shorter. Instead of 12 text boxes, you only have 3. Surprise, you can still miss info. Poke now the third runner on restream to enter Hyrule and grab the spoils back in a bit.
Yep, after getting these sword hints. Alright, so not many new checks happening here yet.
Yeah, I think the newest ones we will see will likely be 15 Greed Juice and the 20 Skull Necklaces.
Yeah, it looks like Sledge is headed there now.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Logor is going to get Ghost Ship at Spectacle.
Which at this point we do know his path, and I think Lower realizes it too. So yeah, it makes sense to head over there.
Has cleared Cyclo, so he knows that the Ghost Ship is definitely path.
Poke having a little bit of trouble with these Dark Nuts. If you are targeting them, they will pretty consistently shield your attack, so...
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, he's gonna get hit right after, I think.
Yep, he will.
Ooh, just missed though.
Just
Importantly
got
though,
out of there in time.
he is out of soup, I think. I don't think he duped. Actually, he might have duped one into the other bottle.
Yeah, that's true. I think he did.
I just see that his bottle's empty and I'm a little scared, but I think he probably figured that out.
Yeah. Okay, just a drive panel on the green shoes.
Yep, we'll see what this ghost ship has. We're looking for a bow, probably. Magic would be the most important thing right now.
Yeah. Magic would be massive.
There it
That's
is.
magic. Cool.
Very nice.
He still cannot put that to use, but once we get another bow or our Deku Leaf, that will be very nice to have.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with us chasing this spoils bag that we have right now, it makes a lot of sense to go
Oh, and
to
Sledge
get magic.
apparently didn't realize that there's only 3 text boxes now.
Yeah. Moblins for bacon.
So we can now also trade in the skull necklaces and deliver the Moblin's letter at the same time. So does not have to enter the House of Wealth twice.
Yes, which is very nice.
Okay. Okay, so we have 2 spoils checks remaining.
Yes.
That could give us our leaf, or something that leads to our leaf. Those being the 10 Knights Crests for Orca, and the 20 Golden Feathers for Hoskett. Could also just be that the power bracelets are the path, and we just have something on Big Pig.
Very true. Yeah. And we need to find
Quite a
bait
few
bag for that, but
Yeah, and who knows where that is.
you know, who knows? Logre is the last to get their shards fully completed on restream. So we'll see where he goes. Looks like he's going, yeah, immediately to Tower of the Gods. Gonna just do high roll right now, get your last sword hint.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll see who's the first to find the path that the spoils bag hides.
Absolutely.
Right, power bracelets for bacon.
We're doing a lot of potion brewing today.
A lot of potion brewing, yeah. Poke also getting into the action too.
Okay, just had something very interesting happen to me because Sledge's stream froze, so I paused and unpaused, and then just like the past minute just flew by in like 5 seconds. It was very funny to look at.
We are now talking to Pumpkin Vera. Bacon is back at Dragon Roost.
Oh right, probably will now enter the dungeon.
Yeah, doesn't have hookshot still, but we will.
He will get that.
Yeah,
But
he
can
will
also
because
trade in the Golden
Hoskett's.
Feathers.
Yeah, Hoskett's gonna be right here.
The number of problems with that lab are enormous. I do feel that, yeah.
Alright, so that means our sword is in Forbidden Woods somewhere.
Yep. Which you currently have still no way of accessing until we get our Deco Leaf.
Which at this point probably means that it's on Orca Mail? Or not Orca Mail, sorry, Orca Spoils?
Orca Spoils would be possible. I don't think... Might also be on Hoskett's girlfriend, maybe?
Oh, true, I did forget about that check. Yes, it is very true.
Since, even though it is a mail check, it still does require spoils back.
Right.
That's true, John Expire Ogro mode. That's why they call it the spoils back.
No way.
Oh, I love that way too much, but I appreciate it. And yeah, Bacon just picked up his hook shot in Forbidden Woods.
Yeah, it doesn't really do anything that much right now.
Yeah,
Because Diamond Step is barren, and you can't get Angular Cave yet, so...
yeah, still missing that one shield.
Also, the Great Sea was Path to Jahala, right?
Yes.
So
Great Sea
what
was
if...
Path to Jahala.
Now hear me out here. That magic is Path just because you need to get Orca Hurricane Spin, because you need magic for that. And that
Oh.
is... And that is the Mirror Shield, and then Angular Cave is something.
Okay, you might be cooking with this one, but I like it.
I might have burnt the pie, but we'll see let's see if it works.
We'll see about that. I mean, might take a while until we get to see that.
Yeah, no one seems to agree with me on this this logic, so... Oh, Poke is giving us a first Forced Haven dip. Actually, I lied. Bacon's
Oh.
also doing it.
At the
So,
same time, basically.
yeah.
Let's go simultaneous tree branch.
Yep, holding hands.
Vanilla leaf boss jam.
That would be
Yeah.
really mean.
It would. But honestly, at this point, can that even be
I
with the
don't-
spoils back?
Think so.
Yeah. Honestly, it might just... I think it's way more likely that Orca locks leaf. Since it is also an outside location, which is path to KD.
Yeah.
Even though the path is likely just gonna be for the shard. But
Oh, shield!
No idea of knowing.
Shield on Tree Branch.
Ooh! Okay!
That's really convenient, because now you can go straight back down to Angular.
Yeah. Absolutely. And Bacon now actually also has hook shots to get there.
Yeah. Okay, so
it
my
seems like we're also requiring that.
my crazy logic was not true, but
Sadly not.
I still think Orca Male probably has Leaf or something. I think that's the only spoils check left that we haven't checked that has something useful. That could have
Yeah.
something useful.
I think so too. Okay,
looks like
Bacon is,
Bacon- Yeah, Ghost
now
Ship
getting
first.
magic. Does make sense, he knows that Ghost Ship is the path. So... And we will get to see what's inside Angular Cave on Poke's side.
Yep, first one into
Oh.
Angular.
Oh, and because I just noticed, happy 1 hour, folks. Hope
Oh,
you're
yeah.
having fun watching the last qualifier of the Wind Waker Randomizer Season 8. Thanks, if you haven't already, consider following our 4 runners, Sledge, Bacon for Prezi, Logar, and Poke. Doing an amazing job right here. Very fun to watch. Also, big shoutouts to Auto Trackers, Kenyon and Lass. Very much obliged to have you here with us and keeping the trackers clean. And also big thanks to my fellow co-com, Lyric. Very fun commentating this with you.
Yeah, shoutouts to Cube David for commentating with me, and also shoutouts Golden Devil for restreaming this.
Biggest shoutouts to Golden.
Alright, Poke with a spiky here.
This would not be possible.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see what this is.
Just like with every other volunteer.
Oh, it keeps going. Bait bag on Angular Cave.
Oh my. Big, 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 big.
It's a big pig. That would actually make Spoils Bag leading to Power Bracelets the path.
Yeah.
Oh man. If this pig digs up a
Oh.
leaf from the ground, I'm gonna be
And yeah, not Logar, Poke immediately heading over to Outset.
Yeah, I
Getting
mean
both
you have
Orca and Big.
you have the
It makes them
spoils
both
check
by
here.
far most fun.
Yeah.
Even though I think Poke has still not gone and cleared Forsaken Fortress, interestingly enough.
Yeah, you're right. 'Cause, I mean, technically, it's still not in logic. I think.
Yeah.
Actually, yes, it is. Wait, no, it is because we have hookshot, right?
No, it's not because we still have no way to get the hammer on top of Cliffpad.
Oh, the hammer
Still
on
need
top
to
of
be
cliff height. Yeah,
ported.
you're right. Yeah, so it's not in logic yet.
Until we find that leaf, that is. Which is likely gonna be here on Outset.
And I mean, there's no real reason to go for Forsaken Fortress. It's completely barren, right? So.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. I think Poke actually did drink all of the soup. Because
Oh, we're
he's
getting a
a
grandma
soup now.
refill. Oh man, that's
Let's
amazing.
go.
2 grandma visits in 1 seed. This is amazing.
By far the best.
I think Poke just wins the seed. I think that's how it works, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Poke wins the seed twice.
Yeah.
He visited Grandma twice. Pretty sure that's how it works.
Yeah, I think that's how it works. That makes the most sense.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
like Bacon.
Good job, Poke, on not agreeing to Orca 500.
Yeah. Bacon is at outset here without the bait bag, so if it isn't Orca Mail and bait bag is something, then this is a little bit rough for Bacon.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. It's like Logar's also doing the same thing Bacon is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
Leaf!
that's the leaf.
Okay. Yeah, so they're not punished for not getting bait bag here. Leaf on Orca. That unlocks
Until
a
Big
lot.
Pig digs out another bow.
That's true, actually.
Although in that case you would get a hint for it. Honestly,
Well,
Big Pig digging up a bow would actually be insane, because then we would be in no mode already.
Yeah. You're right, we would be... Yeah, because the leaf just opened up every dungeon for us. It opened up every check, basically. We have all... the rest of our dungeons are in logic now.
Exactly. And yeet?
Very nice eat.
Very beautifully done by Poke. It looks like, oh my god, oh wait, Bacon's rescuing Grandma the first time.
Yeah, Bacon hasn't gotten
Incredible
Grandma
that-
yet.
Incredible that Poke has visited Grandma twice already, whereas Bacon didn't even save her.
Yeah, and it
point.
looks... Yeah, Big Pig, unfortunately, not having anything.
How sad.
So that, yeah, Angular Isles dip, unfortunately, not working out.
Yeah.
Alright, looks like Logar heading straight for Forbidden Woods. You know where this is, you know that you need a sword here. Makes a lot of sense to go here first.
Exactly. Yeah, Sledge is now also heading over to Outset, getting his leaf from Orca.
Yep. And so at this point, I believe we have all of our path hints confirmed.
Yeah, that seems plausible. mean, theoretically, the leaf path could also just be for the hammer for Jahala to get like a key on right side.
Oh, true. Yeah. Actually, I think Skullhammer is just required for Jahala regardless. Because I don't think it's possible to get 3 keys
True.
in the first 4 checks or whatever. Actually, it might be. I don't know.
I think it's also just required because you would need to get the hammer to get to third crypt.
Oh, to hammer
Because
the
logically you need
light
to-
on? Yeah.
Yeah. To activate the light switch and push the mirror into place.
Yeah, you're probably right about
So
that.
you can reflect light onto that elephant statue to get access to third crypt. Yeah.
Alright, that makes sense. Alright, so the 2 runners that did Leafless Golf are now headed to Forsaken, while the other 2 catch up on that golf. Did I say Forsaken? I meant Forbidden.
Yeah.
Brain not braining today, it's all good.
You're fine. It's all fun and games around here.
Alright, Poke heading into Forsaken for the first time. Gonna be disappointed that there's nothing here, but yeah, it is in Logic
Yep.
now.
Except for that one single picto.
Well, actually, there's a bow and arrow mail, so you will need to do this eventually.
True. True.
So it's not completely useless.
Yeah.
Oh, right, Bacon did this platform and knows that there's a spiky on this one, so it's gonna go check this before doing anything else.
True. Oh, this could actually be massive if this is a bow.
Yeah. We'll see. Could be Furor's Pearl,
nice.
could be another bottle. There's a couple bit. There's a little bit more
Could
bait.
be a wallet.
Could be a wallet as well.
Could. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be a picto.
Could be a picto. There's a lot of things it could be. Yeah. Oh, the wind is in the wrong direction.
What direction?
Can you make it from here if you just keep doing leaf pumps?
I think maybe.
Oh wow, very nice from
okay,
Bacon.
Well done. Very nice leaf pumps.
And this
it's
Pearl.
4 Rs. At least it gives you another mail check.
That's true. Not completely useless yet.
Yeah, has the same. Actually,
There's
one check less used than the wallet because wallet gives you access to 2 mails.
Yeah, true. Loger did find a deluxe picto on mini boss or tall room before mini boss. Excuse me.
Okay.
So Bacon just not going to check the mail yet, I guess.
Yeah. Alright, 3 runners in Forbidden Woods, whereas the other 2... no, we're 3 runners in Forbidden Woods, whereas the other is in Forsaken Fortress. And that's our final sword.
Yep, there's our last sword. So, honestly, if I'm Loger here, I would probably head into Tot G at this point. Or at least one of the other dungeons, because it's not hinted Baron, and you're gonna need to do it eventually, right?
I think Toji would be your only choice because you have cleared Forsaken Fortress already, and we know that Earth Temple is barren.
Right, but if you enter, or if you end up entering Earth Temple, like in Forsaken Fortress or Forbidden Woods or something, then you can just full clear it now anyway, I think.
Yeah.
So, because you have Mirror Shield, you have Leaf.
Although Lower does not have Mirror Shield.
Oh, right. Yeah, because that was on Forsaken. Or, God, why do I keep saying Forsaken? It was in Forest Haven.
Yeah. Forsaken Woods.
Yeah.
The combo dungeon. Forbidden
Forsake-
Fortress.
Forsaken Haven.
Forest Fortress.
Yeah, that's actually where I get all my items. Is in Forbidden Fortress and Forsaken Woods.
Okay, I think the dungeon secret was nothing.
Yeah, it looks like it
It's
was
also worth
sparkling.
sparkles, which is usually an indicator for, I think, rupee spoils or heart pieces.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't know if any other item falls into that category. Honestly, that flower is very interesting because no matter from what height you fall, you will not take fall damage.
Yeah, and I believe it's one of the only things that can do that.
Yeah.
Last sword for bacon.
Mm.
So now, yeah, a lot of our runners are just looking for this last bow, or one of the two bows, and then going to find the last one from Krieg.
Yeah. I think it's the most likely that Tochi has at least one bow.
Yeah, it would make sense.
Or at least leads to one bow. Could still be that's like a wallet, which has a bow on the wallet mail.
Right.
And maybe another bow on the tingle mail. So many different options.
Is that spiky on big key chest? Looks like it.
Mm-hmm.
And double magic. I swear,
Yeah, I
double magic gets me way too hyped for no reason. Like it's always you always think it's something, and then it turns out to be double magic. Yeah, I'm so sad.
Yeah. It's very sad indeed. Ooh, and we're getting the bomb edge clip from Sledge. Very nice first try. Try to not have Fire and Ice Casino challenge impossible. So true.
Hey, sometimes it's hookshot casino.
Or Grapple Casino.
Yeah,
If you
or
have
leaf
Coma,
casino.
So many different casinos to be possible. Yeah, Season 8 is... if you play a lot of seats, you might become a gambling addict. With how many casinos there are.
Maybe.
Logos entered the boss room of the Flying Salad, aka Calademos.
Yep, Sledge and not right behind, or not far behind.
Mm.
And that's Poke entering Dragon Roost, about to enter Forbidden Woods as well.
Yep. And where one KD is currently dying, the other one is on the verge of being slain.
Yep, meanwhile Bacon going for basement. A little interesting that he decided to do the clip.
Yeah.
Considering you have Boomerang, but it doesn't matter, you get down here all the same.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we still have 3 runners in Forbidden Woods, just not the same 3 ones.
That's true. Very true.
Okay, interesting decision to store the first chest by Poke. Honestly.
No, I think this makes sense because you know that you already have base or the lower check, right? So you can just go walk up the wall behind you to get up to the top faster.
True that, honestly.
It's not something you see very commonly because you don't usually double dip Forbidden Woods, but you can do it.
Yeah. Okay, Bacon opting to store hanging across Red Flower.
Yep. And interestingly, Loger did not check Forest Haven, so it doesn't have that mirror shield yet. Just went straight into top
Yep.
G.
Might do that once he's defeated Godan, though. Since that places you directly inside Forest Haven.
That's true. I forgot about that. And nothing on bombable walls. Small key on light 2 torches. We do need one of those, so
Yep.
we do need that. Oh, and there's the second
Okay,
one.
there's another one. Exciting to get that one.
Yeah, I think he probably wants to store this chest outside here, so.
Yeah, even though you could store this chest and get the small key by entering the Dark Knight mini boss room. So you wouldn't need
Oh, true, yeah.
the skull.
Yeah, you would get the small key as soon as you enter. It's the last sword for Poke. And that is Cali demos done for Bacon.
Now I'm interested to see where he's headed next. Either directly into Tower of the Gods and following Logor and Sledge, or if he checks his mail, maybe fishing for a bow on Pearl Mail.
That's true. Yeah, we still haven't seen what that Feroz Pearl Mail gave us.
Because that could be very valuable information for Bacon.
Definitely. I mean, so far Tachi's not being nice to us with these Baron checks, so.
Nope. Okay, heading straight for Forest Haven.
And not
And
checking
another
mail.
Okay.
Oh, heading to
Another
Angular.
regular.
Yeah, because he saw it as spiky earlier, so gonna get baited by this bait bag, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
if you know it's a spiky and you're only missing one item, there's no reason to not check it, right? So
Exactly. At this point, you prioritize the information you got earlier.
yeah.
Because that
Oh.
spiky could just be
Dark Knight mini boss.
Vanilla Bow.
Vanilla
Vanilla
bow.
Bow!
Okay. So that means Logar is in go mode aside from Creep.
He
So,
will be in
yeah.
go mode once he activates the lighthouse.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even bother finishing up Taji. The rest of the checks, I would just go finish Godon and then go check Creep. If you have to come back here for Taji, then or for the last bow, then it's whatever.
That's unfortunate.
It's a little unfortunate, but I mean,
Yeah.
You
Could
wouldn't have
save
to.
you a very valuable amount of time.
Yeah, exactly. Looks like Sledge is gonna get it too.
Maybe if you're lucky, it's just on the Bosky chest.
True. It could be on one of the force checks that you're gonna get.
Yeah, Dodgy, one of the dungeons with a couple of force checks actually. Like Stone Tablet or the Bosky chest.
Yeah, barely missing that zero cycle there on Logar. And Bacon getting baited by the bait bag. Let's hope he doesn't get baited further and go for Big Pig. He did, in fact, get baited by the bait bag. Unfortunate.
Very unfortunate indeed.
Yep. We will see what this Furor's mail has, though. Oh, the last bow! Oh, wow, okay. Oh, that's gonna be terrible for the people that got the bow and taught G. Because it's gonna be hinted mail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which means that you need to go find
where it's gonna be.
Yeah, that's really good for Bacon and really bad for Logar and Sledge.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find. They're gonna have to find at least one of the mail items.
Yeah.
And that could be wherever the fuck it wants to be. Hardly exploiting his walls back as it basket mail.
Very nice. Legend getting the zero cycle. I'm not sure what happened to Logar, why he's having to do this bomb boost, but it's alright. Should get it pretty soon.
Question, honestly. Okay, activating the red warp by Sledge.
Yeah, Logar did as well.
Is actually just go moding at this point.
Yeah, that makes the most sense. I think Logar is too. Alright.
Definitely makes the most amount of sense.
Yeah. Poke finishing up Forbidden Woods here.
Let's go, Philip!
The Philip coupon.
Nothing brings me so much joy as seeing meme items in Wind Waker.
Yeah, there's a few of them.
We do have our fair share. Probably the most prominent ones being like the aforementioned Philip coupon, the Tingle Tuner, Hero's Charm, Magic
Trevor.
Armor, and Trevor, that as well. We do have our Greg as well.
Yep.
And also the mostly hated Hurricane Spin.
Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. The Hurricane Spin hate
I
is
say
not
mostly hated.
warranted.
It definitely isn't. I'm not speaking for myself here.
I see.
I have no issues with Hurricane Spin because
Hurricane
I'm not
Spin is the best.
Yeah. I mean, a couple of people aren't happy to see that because they open the Ganondorf fight with by charging a spin attack. I'm not one
Just
of those
use
people.
Hurricane
I am a
Spin
total
in
fan.
Ganon. I don't see the issue.
Very fair point.
Okay, looks like Bacon was headed towards Gale, but then decided against it and just tried going to Forest Haven. I'm curious to know why.
Maybe he wanted to go beat ET since he was already at at Windfall, and that would have saved him a warp. But then decided, no, I want lights for Jahala.
Oh, right, because the hint is
That's-
for it
at
wasn't
least
for
that's what
Todd G. Yeah, the hint was for Forest Haven.
Yeah.
I see.
At least that's what I would have expected.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Go through Bacon's head.
Yeah, he probably realized that Earth Temple had to be in Gale by that hint because Forest Haven was the path or the bow hint.
Yeah. True. Bacon also did not have the information about where Tower of the Gods is.
Yeah.
In fact, neither
Oh,
of our runners.
hold on. Poke is in Southern Ferry.
Oh.
Poke is gonna get these platforms. We'll get the next bow, which is also very good for Poke.
Yeah. Okay, but seems like he's not too comfortable with the boomerang strat and instead opts for the bomb strat. But I think it is actually the right cannons.
It is,
he's
yes.
going
This
to
is
go
the
on.
right.
Yep, there's the spiky.
All right. First go down fight for Loger. We do have
Not
Quiver.
too far behind.
Yeah, we do have Quiver here, so this makes it a little bit nicer to do.
Yeah. Quiver is just such a nice convenience.
Yeah, agreed. All right, that's our second Godan entrance.
Poke acquiring his for Ross Pearl.
He doesn't know it now, but that is necessary.
Very much so.
Oh, and Sledge getting knocked
decides
back all
to
the way.
If he decides to check the mail before entering Tower of the Gods, that would be nice.
I think he is, because he's going to Southern Ferry right now. He's going to do the... Yeah, he's checking the mail immediately.
Yeah. Okay, he will.
Very good call.
So he will get his far nice.
Yeah, so all of a sudden, depending on where Sledgen and Loger go after getting Bow, they might not be in the lead.
Yeah. That's far nice for Poke. Oh no, not far nice, but the first bow, right.
Oh, right, there's two bows on the mail.
So he will get fired. So he will get fire and ice in the same mail chain.
Yeah, that's very convenient.
And doesn't even have to bother with Tingle Mail, since he doesn't have a wallet.
Yep, and we know that that's not
real.
where
There's
they are.
fire nice for Poke.
Yeah, I forgot Poke never got the first bow.
Yeah, so did I.
Was that 5 mail in a row? That was a lot of mail.
That was indeed a lot of mail.
That was a lot of mail. Alright, so Logar gonna go get their mirror shield up top here. Sledge already has it, can just leave. So they're gonna be pretty much tied on exiting.
Yeah. I think the very interesting thing is, will they get iron boots?
That is a good question. Oh no! Logar missing the pixel. That's so unfortunate.
Okay. Yeah. That's not something you want to see. Poke now heading over for creep and getting his better hand. Wait. What is that?
Oh yeah, you can grapple. You can
Oh.
hookshot the sign.
God, there are so many wacky ways to get up here.
It's
I love
very
it.
very cool. It's a little slower than grabbing
Oh,
the torch from the bottom, but it's cooler and it's still fast. So.
Yeah.
So 3 of our runners at
Very
Creep
slow.
right now with different bows.
Yep.
So Logar and Sledge are going to be a little disappointed to find that it's just a mail and you have to go find another item to get. But
Whereas Poke should be pretty content with his bow hint on Forest Haven,
yes,
since he knows it has to be in the dungeon.
Meanwhile, Bacon making good time in this Tower of the Gods. Heading to second floor.
Yep, going for the right side floor 1 skip. With the non-storage way. So might actually be that Bacon is getting the Dark Knight mini boss chest at the end of his floor 2
Oh,
cycle.
that would be a little unfortunate. But I think Bacon did get storage, but ended up voiding out or something, so had to do it the regular way.
Okay. Okay, that would make sense. I didn't catch that.
And yeah, unfortunately, Logar and Sledge are not quite in go mode yet.
Nope. Because I know they are missing the mail items, which could be anywhere.
Yep.
The best thing they can do is once they get either for Pearl or a wallet, is to immediately head for mailbox.
Yeah. Looks like Sledge.
Okay, Sledge is instead going to ET, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, I think this makes some sense. You know it's here. You know you're gonna have to do it eventually. It's just, I would probably wait for lights to do it because you know you're gonna find them eventually. They can't be in here, right?
Yeah.
So
Exactly. And the time you save with lights over saving the time for another 1 or 2 warps, the lights are definitely gonna save more time.
yeah. And also, you have to break in here without iron boots, which is a little rough. But it's not. Sledge can do it. It's not that bad.
Yeah. I think what you can do is basically go to the very far of the wall, equip the hammer, and then just immediately jump slash, I think. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, very nice.
Very nicely done.
Bacon also having to do this bomb boost here. Gets it on the first try, but I don't know why they're down there in the first place.
Might have fallen down in that
It might,
general
yeah,
area.
maybe just missed a leap pump or something.
Yeah, it's the only thing that would make sense for me, personally. Because I saw that Bacon did leave on top of the statue. On the golden one, that is.
I see, yeah.
Alright, that's nothing in Needle Rock,
Yep.
unfortunately. I mean, we know where Logar has to go.
Yeah, it's just
Considering
unfortunate that
he
it's...
has, yeah. He has 3 or 3 checks on Southern Ferry.
True.
To be fair. So I think after the gunboat, he'll just go to Southern Ferry.
Yeah. And he did...
We'll get the Feroz Pearl.
He did end up not doing on Tree Branch, which he doesn't know it, but this will save him from having to go to Angular.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and Poke
Okay,
doing the
entering.
chest
We don't have
storage.
any lost room.
We'll get lights before Bacon, actually, so...
Yep. We'll save some time on that front.
Yeah, doesn't have to do this wing or the north wing. And there's Iron Boots for Logar.
Okay, this
All
one
right.
Checkman Enko.
So Poke is officially our first player in Go mode.
Yep, at about 1 hour and 40 minutes in.
Which is... I mean, it's a little surprising because Poke was the last person to finish the first dungeon.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, good on Poke for bringing it back.
Absolutely. Big respect.
That's a good point,
now,
y'all. Yeah. I don't think he has Iron Boots.
he doesn't.
Yeah, so...
Pretty sure he doesn't.
Yeah, I just checked his inventory, he doesn't. Ooh, Logar, a little bit too low. I don't think this will hit the death plane.
No, it doesn't seem like it.
Which is a little unfortunate.
Yeah, doesn't void out. Cane Sledge is almost done with third crit. Needs to leave behind the Songstone.
Yep.
Okay, nicely done. Stocks up on some soup, which will make killing the pose inside Shahala a bit easier,
Yeah.
since you don't have to rely on your ability to quick spin as much.
Yeah. Also, 3 of our runners just
And
having
can
6
just,
hearts. That's it's pretty funny.
True.
We're a mini blend seed, huh?
I was about to say, this is a mini blitz. I mean, even Bacon is only missing one to be on par with the others.
Yeah. And it's a little unfortunate that Bacon decided to go from right to left instead of left to right. But we'll get their go mode as well.
Yeah. So Bacon now also officially in go mode and also doesn't have to Wind Waker buffer to get into Gale IO.
Exactly. And I believe Bacon's actually a statue ahead as well, in terms of between him and
definitely is.
Poke.
Poke still has to get the right side one.
Yeah,
Or
so
the
he
east
will be
wing.
the first to enter Godon of the two. And unfortunately, Loger here, finally getting the Mirror Shield, is going to be on a little bit of a wild goose chase trying to go get Bait Bag here and then do the Big Pig.
Yeah.
But I would pretty much always go Southern Fairy before Big Pig here.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like, you have 3 times the amount of checks on Southern
Yeah,
Fairy compared
exactly.
to outset. So you're just statistically a lot more likely to get your final mail item.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm also interested to see where Sledge is headed next, if he decides to go to Southern next.
Yeah, so that is all dungeons done for Sledge.
Yep, just has to go and look for that final mail item for the Feroz Pearl on Southern to get his light arrows.
Yep.
But yeah, it was pretty good Earth Temple from what I saw on his side.
Alright, here we go with Godon, our third Godan on the seed.
Okay, going for Dragon Roost. Is going back into Forbidden Woods.
Maybe opening the pot to do the rest of Tot G.
Ooh, right, true.
That would, yeah, that looks likely.
Yeah. You're right.
Oh yeah, and Loger getting baited by the bait bag. Going
The bait
straight
bag
for
training
outset.
is the second victim
Yeah.
of the seed. Or third if you want to count Poke, but Poke was not in the same situation.
Yeah, Poke was already
as
there.
Bacon or Lover.
These hands keep respawning for Bacon. Had to shoot him down twice each.
Oh my. God, we hate hand respawns.
Oh, and a first place
also
finish.
go that way.
First place finish by Bobby.
He's Bobby.
146.47.
How many first places is that for Bobby now?
I think
Across,
every qualifier he's played.
Actually, it might be all but one.
Actually, yeah, you're right. I think he did not get first on one, but still. 3 out of his 4 qualifiers being first place, that's... Dude.
It's wild. Massive respect.
He might be the GOAT.
Definitely looks like it so far.
Alright, but that is Tachi done for Bacon. Just has a Go Mode Earth Temple left.
Yep.
Logar about to be real disappointed by this pig.
Yep. I'm currently thinking, did Sledge go and check creep?
Sledge did go check creep, so he does know that he needs a mail item.
Okay. Yeah, could you might just think that it's here in Tower of the Gods, which I
Yeah.
can't blame him.
Yeah, it's the
little
most
bit
check dense. Yeah. But Logar is at Southern Ferry. He will eventually find it. He's gonna check the Great
Yep.
Ferry first.
Yeah.
Alright, and Tanjo coming in with second place. 148.34.
GG's.
Very nice. I know he had a rough time on his last qualifier. Ended up DNFing that one, so.
Yeah, I mean the last qualifier was just rough, and
Yeah, I mean, it's gotta feel good to come back and get second place, though, so.
absolutely, yeah.
Are we doing the door clip on Sledge's side?
Oh.
Haven't seen this in a while.
Yeah.
Gets it, though. Very clean.
Nicely done.
Alright, so Bacon and Poke basically racing to see who can beat Earth Temple faster. Logar about to get light arrows and join them. And Sledge already beat that, so they just need light arrows.
Ooh, seems like Sledge fell in the water here.
Yeah, unfortunately does have to wait for another cycle.
Was hoping creep to have lights so well, Bobby. Yeah. Seems like I gotta roll a couple more seats to increase the odds of having lights on creep. I did roll some nice creep seats last season, I think.
Aren't you like notoriously bad at rolling seeds? Or something?
Not that much, I want to say. Like, my seats can be very 50-50-ish. Like,
I
either
see.
obnoxious or just jets. But I'm definitely not up to the levels of, like, Shannon-bred or Trash seats.
That's true, yeah. Trash seeds will always be the gold standard of bad seeds.
Yeah. Like, just for anyone not knowing, Shannon-bred rolled Qualifier 6. Like, the one seat that had no one finish at sub 2 hours.
Yeah, that was a time.
Yep. Sure was.
Alright, I can't tell where Sledgen is heading right now. Looks like angular, question mark?
Yeah, Sledge does not have the bait back yet. So baitback might be claiming its fourth and final
Fourth and final victim, that'd be so unfortunate. Oh man. Surely you go Southern Ferry before you go check bait bag, right?
Right.
Surely. Also, that looks like go mode for Logar. I didn't see much. We were refreshing his stream, but we did see that he was at Southern Ferry, and he's now headed towards our temple. So I assume he found his lights.
Has lights marked on the tracker.
Oh, Sledge doing this type of Angular Cave.
Okay. I guess if that's what he's used, then.
Oh no, Bacon!
Oh,
Bacon voided out.
no!
And doesn't have a key. I think he has to hope that there's a key and kill all Floor Masters.
Yeah.
If there is, then he's saved. I guess he can just store. Never mind. He can just store one of these chests and be fine.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's not the end of the world.
But yeah, that's the elephant statue on the way to Third Crypt is probably my biggest enemy in ET by far.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the harder parts of it.
Yeah, I don't think I avoid anywhere near as much in ET as in that spot.
Alright, so yeah, Bacon messing that up gives Poke a chance to get ahead here.
Yeah.
And again,
If
all
he's able
4 of these runners are on the cusp of making the top 16. So it's a very important race for these runners.
Absolutely.
Oh, and while we were looking at the Earth Temple Go mode, Sledge is here at Southern Ferry.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, I think no. Wait, I lied. This is Bomb. this is Island of Steel. I lied. But still, he's checking platforms. He's not going straight to bait bag checks, which is good.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Baitback will claim its final victim or not.
I'm optimistic that Sledge will avoid the it.
Yeah, I sure hope so.
Oh, Poke! Oh no! Man.
No!
Falling in third
okay, well,
crypt.
it's at least only third crypt.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Third crypt
You
is
do
not
get
nearly
Medley
as bad.
here.
Since you just respond with Medley and just play Earth God's Lyric.
Yeah. Man, it's always Earth Temple, huh?
Yeah.
Something has to go wrong in Earth Temple.
Yeah, the gap between, as Golden said, the gap between the first two finishes and the third one is quite big, honestly.
Yeah.
So you might be looking at like 1030 points-ish for Tanjo and Bobby. Maybe even more.
Yeah, perhaps even more.
If the gap grows larger.
Alright, so Poke is the first one of the 3 in Earth Temple to enter Jalhalla. Although Bacon for Prezi is about 20 seconds behind.
Yep, very hot on his heels.
Yeah. And Loger seems to be about a minute or 2 behind as well. So very doable.
Absolutely.
And so Sledge here really just needs to find Southern Ferry before they finish Jalhalla to still be in the lead.
Yeah. Yeah, from what we could tell, this is very close amongst at least 4, probably even all 4. No, wait, between at least 3 and possibly even all 4.
Yeah. Shoutouts to our runners for making this close and entertaining to watch on Restream. I know they're intending for that to happen.
Yep. Right, Iron Boots for Sledge. That he does not need anymore, and that's offered finisher with KitGot. GG's.
There we go, GG's to Kit. third place with a 157.42. About 10 minutes behind second place.
Yeah.
Oh, and we were talking about it. Bait bag claiming its next victim. It's always bait bag.
Yep.
Man, this is so
Okay,
sad.
that's also for fourth place with Rick Schmidty.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
Finishing
Rick Schmidty.
Not far behind Kit, only around half a minute.
This is so unfortunate for Sledge. It's gonna end up last locationing, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to take a look at the standings later.
Yeah, I'm gonna do myself a favor and not spoil the final standings until the end of the race.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay,
so
but
Poke.
at least we get another yeet.
Yeah, so
Last
Poke
one of the day.
and Bacon are roughly 10 seconds apart. Not even.
Oh my.
So this is very, very close.
Yeah. For Gale Isle, you do not even need door cancel if you have hammer. You can just Wind Waker buffer and use hammer, as Yao said.
Yes, doing that with Hammer is a lot easier than doing the door cancel without Iron Boots. It is possible to do the
But,
door cancel
remember,
without Iron Boots.
it is possible. I've done it before, but I cannot recommend it.
Yeah. Oh no, Sledge. Sledge going to Horseshoe.
Oh, no.
No, this is so sad.
Oh.
Man.
Tragic.
That is so unfortunate for Sledge. Meanwhile, Loger finishing up here, gonna enter Hyrule. Probably about 2 minutes behind the other runners.
Mm.
Alright. You got 2 runners
Yeah.
in Ganon, or Ganon's Castle. We have 1 runner in Hyrule Castle. And Sledge still looking
runner
for
that's
these lights.
Finished it in 5th place.
Oh yeah,
GG's.
Jaznix. GG's Jaznix finishing 5th place, 201.19. And unfortunately for Sledge, this is his last location, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, kind of looks like it.
Which is not, it's not a great feeling, unfortunately.
Absolutely not. But at least nails that boomerang throw.
Yep.
It's very convenient to know that. I love that boomerang is actually just fast robo bombs in this instance.
Yeah, it definitely is.
So much deserved love to our favorite banana.
Hasn't gotten enough love over the years, so I think it's fair we give it a shot.
Exactly.
Alright, Poke entering. Ganon fight. Puppet Ganon.
Yep.
Bacon about 10 seconds behind again.
That's the first shot for Poke.
Second shot.
Second hit.
Oh,
And
very
that's one
nice.
down.
Very nice from Poke
Very
there.
beautifully done.
Bacon struggling a little bit on this first hit. Gets it though. Ooh, get the second one. I didn't think that would hit. Sees one more. And gets it.
Very nicely done as well. And Poke is on to PG2.
Yep. We'll see how Crip treats our runners. Gets the first two. Alright. If Bacon gets triple Crip, then right back in it.
Maybe double Crip, because you can only get 2 Crip shots.
No, I mean triple. You can shoot it like 4 times.
Okay. Ooh, barely missing the first shot on PG3.
Yep, gets the bomb though.
Going for the truck.
Oh, close. Not quite.
Yeah.
Also, that was triple Crip, or triple Crip, double Crip on Bacon side, I believe. So
Nicely done. And that's
Yeah.
PG3 done on
And-
both sides.
yeah, Logar entering Puppet Ganon, and Sledge is breaking the barrier.
Someone created that with PG2 so you can go for your Crip high score. That would unironically be really fun.
That would be fun. Like it's a
In my
stress
opinion.
test or something.
Yeah.
Alright, Bacon for Prezi done. So we are about,
Sledge now baking the barrier, and Logar's also done with PG1.
yeah. Poke not climbing a lot though, so if Bacon does end up getting a good climb, can save a lot of time here.
Yeah. God,
Alright.
they are so neck and neck.
It is
Oh
so
my God.
close here.
The two adversaries from Group Halmarock from Inland Season 3.
Yeah, definitely. Gets the grapple skip. Bacon looking to get his. Although Bacon does already have soup. That won't need to drink it.
True, but Poke gets the Pog Slide.
So does Bacon. Oh no, he misses.
I think I
Alright.
might be like 5-ish seconds ahead. Yeah, on to the final fight.
Wait, Poke bonked there.
What?
I did not know you could bonk there.
What? Did Zelda just
Oh, I see.
straight through Ganondorf?
How does that work? What? Oh man, both of our runners having
How
a
on earth?
one-of-a-kind Ganon fight. Meanwhile,
Oh
while we were talking,
my.
Logar just completely obliterated Ganon, Puppet Ganon, by the way. Like, I didn't even see it happen. That was so fast.
Yeah. Really nice PG.
Alright.
Alright,
Both of them are in final phase.
Reflect,
Oh.
and
Poke gets it.
GG's for Poke.
Poke gets it, but Bacon is about 5 seconds behind. GG's to both of our runners.
GG's to both of these runners. Yeah, 4 seconds apart.
Jesus.
Incredible close finishes.
207.25, 207.29. What a race. Logar not too far behind. Sledge just needs to be Puppet Ganon here.
And
All
hello,
right.
Bacon. GG's.
Mic was not on. Perfect. GG's. Just the usual.
GG's.
Yeah, GG's. I got absolutely sniped by Poke, dang.
Yeah,
Yep.
4 seconds.
Just destroyed me.
It was a nail biter at the end. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dang, yeah.
What'd you think about that scene?
Leaf.
Yeah.
Just Leaf. I don't know, man. Leaf was nasty. Like I didn't like half the stuff in the seed, to be honest with you.
Very
Yeah.
fair.
Like I feel like I didn't play that bad, but I was 7th, so I'm like, did I actually play that bad, or is it just like me being like just crazy? Because I did waste like, I don't know.
You weren't playing bad at all. I think it was just largely how many checks you guys had to do. You and Poke got pretty lucky in that you guys got Ferore's Pearl before entering Tower of the Gods, which means you knew exactly where your lights were. You knew they were in Tower of the Gods. Logar and Sledge got their Fire and Ice in Tower of the Gods and knew that their last one was on Mail, which they had no idea where their Mail check was.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So that's why they were a little behind.
Look for a single bow in a very confined space. Whereas for Sledge and Logar, they still had to pray that they don't get casinoed.
Yeah, also,
Yeah.
GG's to Logar, finishing with a 209.13, 8th place. Yeah, still a very good run from everyone here.
Exactly.
I'm trying to think what
We've
Go
been
ahead.
theorizing a lot about the
Sledge with the trog shot.
especially-
Sorry.
Let's go. We've been thinking a lot about the KD path and the Helmrock path early on, especially since we only saw the shard on Mesas and the shard on Angular Peak. So we were like, okay, do we have Leaf or Magic in Master Chamber? Was not quite it, but Lyric mentioned before that, like, oh, what if Spoils back in Master Chamber, which was spot on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were assuming that both the shards were the path towards one item, and both of those items were required. So
Exactly.
Yeah. I was very happy with how early I checked Master Chamber, because I was sitting there thinking, I really don't think it'll be in here. But if it's, and I was actually not. I forget what was on Angular Cave.
bait bag.
Yeah.
Oh yes, bait, which was not required, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Nope.
All
Bait
four of
bag
you got
claiming-
baited by the bait bag.
Bait
Yeah,
bag claiming 4 victims today.
Yeah, I didn't want to go there, but I was like, okay, I'm in like a casino pretty much. Like I just need Fire and Ice, so I'm gonna go to Angular, because I was like, genuinely, I was like, I'm pretty sure this is my path, so I'm not gonna go in here. And lo and behold, I shouldn't have went there. I just shouldn't.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna lose points from this race. Actually, well, technically, if I lose points, it doesn't matter because I
You
two
can't
calls.
lose points.
Yeah.
Iron
But I
Boots
wanna
Poke
be-
were in Golden Gumboat in Needle Rock.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I'm 15th.
yeah, it's
GG's.
GG's.
GG's, Logar.
yeah, GG's Logar. How'd you feel about that seed?
I mean, it was pretty good until I went to Creeb and saw that there was 2 male, and I was just like, oh. Like,
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. So Poke and Bacon both got their Fire and Ice on that mail check, so they knew that their last bow was in Tower of the Gods. You
Oh, really?
and Sledge had to go find your last Ferore's Pearl somewhere on the map, which is a lot harder to find.
Yeah, it was. And there was also Iron Boots. In retrospect, maybe I could have played it differently, obviously, but I think I had, going into this, I was in, I think, 16th place. I'm guessing it was top 16 is going to be the qualifier, right? Just from the amount of players.
Probably.
Okay.
I'm not an organizer, so I can't say, but that would
Okay.
make sense.
Yeah.
Okay, if we're speculating 16, I knew Tanjo, he DNF'd one of his seeds, so I was like, oh, I saw him behind me, so I was like, okay, he's probably going to get ahead of me. Puts me in 17th. I think I needed to edge out against Sledge this seed, which I think I did, so that might bump me up above him, or them. And, but then someone else got ahead of me who I think was also, I also needed to get ahead of, so it's like potentially 16th or 17th, 18th placing right now, so that'll be disheartening if I'm right outside of that top 16 mark, but
Yeah.
GG's anyways.
Yeah, also welcome in Sledge. GG's. Unfortunate race for you. Basically full clearing the seed.
Yeah, 0 locations accessible. I thought it went well for the most part because I deduced stuff about the Helmarok path and going to Hyrule. Like as
Yeah.
late as I did.
I think you played it well. You were in the lead for most of it. I think you just lost time on having to check every location in the game, which is just unfortunate.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time I found Creep said mail twice, I was like, uh-oh, this is just a casino now. I just went for like the routes that had the most checks in them, and Southern just ended up being at the very end of that like decision tree, basically.
Yeah, which is a little unfortunate. Yeah, because Bacon and Poke, who are also on Restream, they found that bow before the Tower of the Gods bow. So they were able to get the creep hint and know it was in Tower of the Gods, whereas you and Loger had to find your last hint, which was male, which could be anywhere, right? So
yeah.
Thank God I didn't have to double dip Tower of the Gods.
You
That was
know
in the back
what?
of my mind.
Yeah. You know what? There's one good thing about this, is that I right-clicked Kalidimos and forgot about the Orca mail check. So if that had lights, that would have been really bad.
It was hinted dead. It was, I think we didn't
Oh, it was
see
hinted dead.
it wasn't a dead, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I checked it
So,
like
never mind. I'm good.
I checked it at the end of the sea just because I was like in the back of my mind was just like, wait, did it
okay.
say progressive bow?
Yeah.
I thought it was
Also,
gonna be... Oh, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna talk about the standings after
Okay.
the race.
Okay, I'm still waiting on. It looks like Debek to finish up. It looks like
It was so
Sledge
close.
finished 211. Cag just finished up with a 214.
Yeah, GG's K.
GG's.
GG's.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought it was me forgetting something again, but fortunately not.
But yeah, it looks like Debek is currently about to find his iron boots, and he still needs to find light arrows.
Right.
No, for real. Yeah, so probably next couple checks we go to whatchamacallit.
Bro, I am so mad
Southern
with
Fair.
how I played in like some of these dungeons.
Hey,
Like Taji, I don't know how I failed left side Taji skip. I don't know how I fell through.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that.
Just
I saw you get
the,
storage, and then I looked away, and then you were doing the right side.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
like
don't
know how I got.
falling off into the water or what?
Yeah,
Or, like,
which like the thing is, I got back up, but I didn't think I was gonna
usually
get back up.
when the water's down. Is when.
Oh, I have to. Oh, I see. Okay,
Yeah, I've
that's
had
what I
that.
thought.
I've had that happen a couple practice seas where I'm like, I didn't know about that, and I was just like, would get the top G, and I'm just like, oh, here we go, I'm gonna fail again, and I keep doing it. When the water was up, wait for the water to lower,
I
get
see.
back
okay.
up, and it'd still be high up because I would do it really quickly because I'm like, I want to go fast, and then fail it
Yeah.
again. I keep doing that. I think I like did that 5 times before deciding to DNF a seed. And then asked in chat, and they're like, oh, you gotta do it when the water's down. I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, man, if I just went to, because that's the thing. So that was a cascade of annoyance for me, for Taji, where I went, okay, so I'll just get storage. I'll do Dark Knight mini boss, and then I'll check probably like the second Dark Knight room, and then platforms room, and then right side. And if it's nowhere, then I'll just get on a boss or whatever. And of course, because I failed the storage, I have to go all the way back through and do all the and I did everything before Dark Knight because I was like, I don't want to do the mini boss. I have to that's work. That's one check for work. And of course, that happened to be my lights. So I was like, if I just got storage and I didn't fail it, I would have lights I don't know,
Earlier, yeah.
5 minutes earlier, probably. Yeah.
It's definitely one of those things where you kind of have to let that slide off because you can't really change the past.
Yeah, there's no way you could have known,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I'm salty, so it's fair.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, currently looking at the standings. Looks like 20s
Yeah.
and 16th, Pokes in 17th and 18th.
yeah, Poke, Loger, and Sledge are all three right next to each other on these standings, and Bacon, you're 2 spots away, you
Mhm.
two. So,
Does that mean I have a gym run 1 matchup, bro? I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry, man.
hey, that happened to me last season. So,
True that.
And you almost
hey, but
won.
I almost won. It was a minute,
Yeah.
but still.
See, here's the difference. I'm not you. I'm not as good.
Hey, you can do it. If I can do it, anyone can.
You're funny. I'll try. Won't go good, but I'll
Yeah.
try.
Yeah, at least try.
Yeah, but it looks
Uh,
like these set standings, I think, are official? Question mark?
Pretty
Um,
much. Top 16 are finalized at this point.
Yeah, looks like top 16 are finalized, barring anyone opting out of the tournament, which is possible. So
Yeah.
we'll just have to wait and see
Yeah.
the official.
Yeah, we have no idea what's gonna happen for the brackets.
Yeah, potentially no challenge
or
in
like-
bracket.
Yeah, we'll have to wait for the organizers to announce the brackets.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think, unless you guys have any other questions here,
Nope.
I think we can send this off to Golden Devil.
How
Unless-
bad was Wallet? Did we ever
How-
find Wallet?
No, no one, I don't think, ever found Wallet.
I full cleared
Huh.
and I did not, so there's your confirmation.
So it was most likely an
Yeah.
ET then. I'm assuming.
Could be.
Yeah.
Or in any of the other Baron spots.
Yeah. Okay, anyways, yeah, you're good.
All right. Well, yeah. Thank you everyone for watching. Please give all of our runners a follow: Sledge, Bacon for Pressy, Loger, and Poke. Thanks to our 2 trackers, Kenyon and Laz, and to Cube David and Lyric. And the tournament starts this week. I don't know for sure. So keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes open for a lot of Wind Waker. We're going to go right over to ZSR 3, where they're doing, I think it's an Ocarina of Time Random Settings League race. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a good rest of your weekend.
Have a good one. Bye bye.
Mhm.